Hello, welcome to Legacy Flight Training. I'm Bill Inglis, and I'm going to be giving you a virtual tour today of our facility. Where you're standing right now is in the lobby here at Legacy, which is located in Vero Beach, Florida, right here at the Piper headquarters. So follow me. I'm going to introduce you to my wife, Diane. And this is how somebody would check in and first greet her, whether it's on a recurrent or initial training, which we provide on a daily basis. And come up here and let me introduce you to my wife and co-owner, Diane. Hey, hi, Diane. Okay, that's Diane Inglis. Diane's co-owner of the company. I am the CEO and president of the company, and Diane's our second president of the company. She's the real boss. Let me bring you in here now. So Legacy started in 2010, specifically for the PA-46 market and owners. And when we started here, we were over in the terminal building. And then in 2015, Piper was gracious enough to make us another training provider for them. Come on over. And now, this is our break room where we would bring the customer after they check in. And a little hospitality, so they can come in, get some coffee, whatever, get the blood going in the morning, get going for the knowledge you're going to throw at them. And this little wall here are just some of the people we train at Legacy over the years, and you become very good friends with these people. They become your family. You have a lot of responsibility with them, and you take it to heart. So this is our way of saying thanks just to some of the people we've trained here at Legacy. That's only some of them. Since 2010, we've trained over 4,000 people here. So we do an average of 500 to 700 a year right now with our location here in Vero Beach and in Scottsdale. So we have several classrooms that those students will start in. And these are just a couple down here. And I'll show you what we have set up is one client's coming in here for an Avionics Mirage. And this one's a G1000 Mirage, both recurrents. And that gentleman's going to be a first-time customer at Legacy's. So they'll come in here for the ground school portion of PowerPoints with their videos and diagrams and all the photos, obviously. And then prepare them for the simulator training and the airplane training. Because we're not just simulator company. We do in-aircraft training every single day along with the sim. We believe that the importance of good training is just having a nice establishment, having professional classrooms, offering everything we can to the customer. And I can't tell you how important it is to have simulator training along with aircraft training. For years I've been saying this, that there's a purpose for a sim and there's a purpose for the airplane for training. Each one is not the same. You have procedural and you have actual in-aircraft. So this is what we provide here. This is why we're Piper's training provider. We train specifically to the Piper POH and their procedures. You follow them to the letter. If we have anything that we need to work with them, they're firsthand with us on those procedures. So that's where we get our training, from the Piper engineers and test pilots. This is our avionics room. And you can see a couple tables here. Sometimes we have overflow of the other classrooms, so we use this as kind of a additional classroom when we have several classes going on, such as like next week we also have a maintenance course going on for the M350, because we do provide maintenance courses on all the PA-46, including the turbines. So avionics training, we have a desktop M600 trainer with the G3000, we have a G1000 on the Redbird Trainer, and we have a G1000 trainer here on the desktop as well, so we can prepare them for the simulator or the airplane right here. They learn a lot when things aren't moving on them. We go through this Garmin, for instance, in its procedural. How we're going to set up the Garmin before we depart. Our weight and balance, our fuel loading, our flight plan, our autopilot, pre-selects, everything we can go through this here. We can teach them how to make flight plans, how to edit it, how to load airways and such, and we get a lot out of this device. And same thing with the G3000 trainer here, just like I'll show you the one we have in the lobby, thanks to Piper. So they bring this to their shows, and when they come back from the show, it's easier just to put it here, and we can use it as another training aid for the customer instead of it just sitting idle. It gets good use out of it. Now, let me show you the simulators. So what we have here is a Redbird Trainer. Right now it's set up for the Avionics panel. Our panels can be changed within 3 minutes. I can take that panel out and make that a G1000 in maybe 3 minutes. It pops right out. And in addition to that, Redbird is in the works of making us additional panels, such as some round dials and other versions of the PA46. That's another feature that puts us ahead of a lot of companies, because earlier sim companies had great technology, but they couldn't do this. Well, we're not just doing emergencies based on avionics. We're doing engine out emergencies. We're doing pressurization emergencies, electrical failures, vacuum failures, anything that can upset even down to the round dial level. I don't want to put it that way because they're still great instruments, but it still affects the pilot. So we can train them through all and every type of procedure we can think of abnormally to basically give them the training and confidence if, God forbid, this ever happened to them. Another thing just beyond safety, your airplane's not cheap. You know, a lot of power up, power down, dual turbocharged airplane, shock cooling, shock heating. I'm really not a fan of doing that in the airplane with a lot of the maneuvers. I'd rather do that in here. And so would a lot of owners, because we get it. We're not there to teach them how to totally recover from, say, a stall or something. We want to teach them to make sure they know any first sign of it to avoid any of these things. We can get into the recovery and all that, that's fine in here, but in the airplane, I just want to see that they know the first sign of it and what to do to address that before it gets worse. So here's one of the panels, by the way. Just nice, simple acrylic, about 1/2 inch thick. So once I plug this in there and take out the Avionics, and once this is plugged in, the computer knows, all right, I'm in G1000 now. So everything in here is going to be G1000, and our breakers on the strips have magnetic labels we changed, because all the functionality along the buses are the same, but each breaker position will change. So we're that specific in the sim when I had these designed with the Redbird. So this is Sean. Say hi to Mopa.
Hey.
And we have Adam flying the Meridian in there. I want just Fred to come in here and take a shot of the G1000. But if you look at the water and the scenery, how nice it is. So they updated the computer, and the graphics now are done by Lockheed Martin. So besides our failures and emergencies and instrument work, we can put these things basically anywhere in the world, any airport, and make any weather condition possible. All of you that have been hearing there's going to be an M600 machine, you heard it for a long time, so have we. I just want to show you, we're not making this up. It exists. It's just going to be completed in the near future. I don't want to give a date because we've done that before, but I'm pretty confident on what they're saying, so I won't say anything more until it's here. On top of that, the reason why it was delayed, I showed you the Redbirds where we have the panels that we can change. The reason this is so delayed, it's the first time Redbird's doing this, it's going to have the actual real Garmin equipment and hardware in it. That's what's taken them so long. They've never interfaced like this before. We want to represent the plane as best we can, because not only are Piper's training provider on the other aircraft, I forgot to mention, we're the exclusive M600 training provider. So we want to stand up to what they would expect from us. That's why this investment was here. So with all the equipment that you see here, what puts us apart also, we have several $1 million invested in this company, and here's $500,000 right behind me. So if we didn't believe in the customer, well, we don't think we would make that big investment. We invest in them, the customer, the dealers, Piper, and we support everybody, and most of all, we support Mopa. Well, folks, that completes our tour of Legacy. I hope you enjoyed your time today. I hope I answered everything that you were expecting. Any further questions or info, you can contact us at legacyflighttraining.com. And don't forget, you have our Vero office on the East Coast, you have our Scottsdale office, and now we have in-aircraft only training in Sun Valley, Idaho.